Can I practice tennis on my own? Interesting question received this week over on my tennis coaching on Instagram. Tricky one for me to answer. Obviously, being ecological dynamics based, I want things to be representative. I want it to be as realistic as possible. And tennis requires two players, your opponent and yourself. If you don't have an opponent, can you practice on your own? My short answer is no. It's very, very difficult to practice tennis on your own. I see it a lot. Players drop feeding themselves, or dropping the ball, hitting lots of forehands, serving on their own, serving in isolation. And the problem is there's a lack of information. If you're dropping the ball to yourself, the ball's never going to come that way in a match. And yes, coaches will go in the comment section below and say, yeah, but I'm developing the shape and the technique of sending. The problem is you need the information of the ball coming towards you, and the ball coming towards you is highly variable, and it's going to come in different ways and different speeds and different positions, so that one way you're practicing it might never occur in a match. It might never emerge. So you're practicing something that you might never use in a match, and it's not going to help. Things like Topspin Pro, where the ball's connected to a wire and the player brushes up the back of it, that's not going to help your tennis either, because again, we don't hit a static tennis ball. Ball machines are pretty pointless because it just sends a ball in a consistent flight path. And even if the ball machine moves around a little bit left to right or whatever, after a couple of goes, you just get used to reading the pattern of the ball machine. Tennis isn't played that way. And again, the big misconception of tennis is we can decouple perception and action. Perception is the information we use from the environment, the world around us. The action is how the body self-organizes itself to deal with the environment. And we can't isolate the environment. It's very difficult to practice tennis on your own if you're drop feeding or if you're hitting serves into an empty service box. Again, will you develop some skill? Yes. Of course you will. You'll develop skill in that isolation, in that specific area. Will it transfer into an open dynamic tennis match? Probably not. It's a different environment completely. If you were on your own and you had no choice because your friend let you down, find a practice wall. Because at least with a practice wall, you're going to have some variability. You're going to have some sending and receiving parts. You're going to have some perception. It's not ideal because, again, you're perceiving quite a small environment and the ball's going to probably come off the walls similar ways. But at least you are hitting the ball backwards and forwards and you're using some type of receiving and sending skills. There is the perception action element still coupled. So if you are going to train on your own, just play against a practice wall. Try not to drop feed. Don't buy into gimmicks like the Topspin Pro or any other those gadgets where the ball's stationary. I seen one the other week where the ball's like on a string and the player was serving. It's not going to transfer. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. And yeah, it's very difficult to train on your own. But at the end of the day, I've said this before, if that's all you can do, if you've got half an hour to get on the court, you've been let down, and you can only just hit a basket of serves into a box, it's better than nothing. If you could only drop feed yourself for half an hour, it's better than nothing, but it's not going to make a huge difference to your tennis game. But it's good to get outside, hit some balls, and it's a little bit of exercise as well. Until tomorrow, check out mytenniscoaching.com, and yeah, try and get some friends and play tennis with people. It really helps.